international food wars were reignited on X once again when we were exposed to this sumptuous delicacy. Ethiopian is the best food because it looks like this. Looks like a medley of what's come out of both ends after an acute norovirus infection.
That tastes as bad as it looks.
Yes, the same people, pronouns in bio, who will tell you Western food is bland and boring, while lambasting seasoning police woman for using real ingredients, will gush effusively over a literal plate of diarrhea.
That's nasty.
And if you don't like it, well, you're almost certainly racist. This tweet made it to the racist European side of the internet. This shit slaps, you're lost. Slaps down the side of a toilet bowl after a nasty bout of pancreatitis, more like.
It's disgusting.
Who's got the latest Anthony Bourdain slop unknown meme? Food show with the late Anthony Bourdain, where Bourdain travels to third world shitholes to sample local slop, and then lies about it being better than Western haute cuisine.
I'm eating out of an open wound. Actually, that's completely delicious.
Tonight in Ethiopia, Bourdain tastes the platonic form of slop.
Completely delicious.
She later admitted this meal wasn't even good.
Wow, I didn't know that. I just, you're telling me now for the first time.
Guess this shit didn't slap after all then. Even when they asked a bunch of BuzzFeed liberals to try Ethiopian food, where you'd expect them to lie about it and say they adore it, just in case anyone calls them racist, they weren't exactly over-complimentary.
I'm super excited to try Ethiopian food.
Wow, so exciting.
Oh.
My thoughts exactly.
I feel like this could be like a napkin.
You gotta unroll it like a fruit roll-up.
It's also kind of like the material of a mouse pad from the 90s.
Filthy 90s mousepad bread.
It's sort of what I imagine a whoopee cushion would taste like.
Always wanted to use a whoopee cushion as the foundation of a great meal.
That looks like Sloppy Joe.
Sloppy shit, more like.
Those aren't beans, those are fire ants.
I'd check it for fire ants if I were you.
Ah, you can take all of it.
Right, racist.
What? Oh, there's a bone in there! Yeah.
Mystery bone, lovely.
It wasn't as flavorful as I thought it was gonna be. It kind of just tastes like I don't know, like the meat.
Super exciting.
Now what if when you're done, you just roll this up like this?
A little burrito.
I like that it's family style.
Yeah.
Dig in, everyone.
Because it seems like it's a good shareable experience for more than one person.
Yeah, you're all gonna share the shits afterwards too.
This would be like a fun, hey, let's go on a second date. And let's get dirty with it.
Ghosted and blocked.
Look at that. Like a Play-Doh churro.
Next up on BuzzFeed, a bunch of white liberal New Yorkers extol the multi-use practicalities of African mudcake. Remember the days before mountains of meaningless email? Remember the thrill of receiving a real letter in the real mail? Rediscover that nostalgic excitement with historic mail. A thoughtful gift for anyone who appreciates history and the lost art of letter writing. Well, what do we have here? It's nothing less than a letter from Franklin D. Roosevelt to good old Winston Churchill. Fascinating stuff if you're a World War II buff. The letter demonstrates the special relationship between these two iconic leaders. Check out this letter from Walt Disney to Richard Nixon. Historic mail is the perfect gift for history lovers. Learn about the fascinating inner lives of the world's greatest historical figures from the primary source itself.
It's Walt Disney to President Nixon when he was vice president, and that's what the letter actually looked like. It was a signature and everything.
That is so cool.
Yeah, he was inviting him onto a TV show. He couldn't make it, but that's kind of cool, huh?
Yeah, that's really,
I
really
love
cool.
these.
I love that.
Yeah, he left a little stamp of Mickey Mouse.
That's cute.
It's just interesting to see this history.
Yeah, and how authentic it is. That's really cool.
Every week a stamped envelope is delivered to your doorstep containing a reproduction of a letter penned by a famous historical figure, supported by a document providing historical context and a typed version of the letter. Get 10 weekly letters for only $59.99, or get a whole 52 weeks worth of letters for an in-depth, personalized exploration through a specific period of history. Get letters from historical titans including George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Nikola Tesla, and Thomas Edison, almost as if they came straight from their desk to yours. Personalize your gift with this special certificate featuring your name and the receiver's name on it. Just use the code PJW to get your 10% discount. Go to historicmail.com/PJW to get your gifts now and help support this channel. Now back to the video. New diarrhea slop political compass just dropped. I'm not even trying to be mean, that's just oily ground beef and sauce, like are those sauces actually anything. But some rushed to her defense, providing their own examples of mouth-watering Ethiopian cuisine. Well, I stand corrected.
Horrible.
Yes, because Ethiopian food is amazing and British food sucks. From the same people who think the pinnacle of British haute cuisine is to be found in Greggs. Guess I must have just missed all those Michelin star Ethiopian restaurants. Oh yeah, that's right, they don't exist. Must be racism. Why was Ethiopia never colonised? Because they took one look at this and immediately realised it could never be improved upon. What's for dessert? Irritable bowel crumble? I haven't salivated this much since I tried gutter oil soup.
She opens up a manhole cover and scoops out as much slop as she can.
Yeah, you might be looking forward to your Christmas dinner. Roast turkey with all the trimmings, delicious gravy, meat cooked to perfection, roast potatoes, Yorkshire puddings. Metropolitan shitlibs, on the other hand, they're all heading down to the trendy Ethiopian in Brooklyn to chow down on the ethnic mystery meat.
Anyone would just completely love this.
Ethiopian food is like when your 7-year-old brother cooks dinner and it's not exquisite, but still honestly very impressive considering who made it, so you tell him, great job!
What in the hell is that?
And despite accusations of racism being levelled against those who refuse to eat the slop, the verdict seems to be pretty universal. A European took an Arab and Chinese client to eat Ethiopian. The Chinese guy said it's tasteless and looks like children's food, and the Arab was made so mad he started remonstrating with the waiter himself to explain whilst wildly gesticulating how much he hated the food.
Whoa, that was nasty.
Raised on a steady diet of Anthony Bourdain travelling the world, and insisting that every incarnation of third world ethnic slop fusion was the best food he'd ever tasted.
Honestly, it's the best meal I've ever had.
White shitlibs living in big cities will gleefully sing the praises of the mystery street slop, no matter what it looks or tastes like, to desperately broadcast their status as a sophisticated metropolitan, and to make absolutely sure that no one calls them racist.
I'm super excited to try Ethiopian food.
Because their nihilistic zeal for aesthetic relativism mandates championing revolting ugliness over objective quality, while also ingratiating them as a trendy sophistico with their fellow slop munchers. This is authentic third world slop. Ethiopian food can be good if adapted to higher end taste. Many good places in DC area, Kitfo especially, but this is what real Ethiopian looks like. Whenever people talk about authentic ethnic cuisine, it's just slop. And that's the point. They only praise it so they can LARP as being worldly and down with multiculturalism by pretending to like third world poverty food.
You hate immigrants? No immigrant food. Nothing. Only potatoes.
Well, given the choice, I'll have a main of potatoes with 2 side servings of potatoes and potatoes, please. While leftists celebrate mass migration because of all the wonderfully diverse food options, right-wingers say we've got the recipes, but in this case, we really don't need them.
That's nasty.
If you value what I do and you want to help support me, please visit pauljosephwatson.locals.com and either pledge a one-time donation or subscribe to join my community, get early access videos, and message me directly. And exclusive live streams coming soon too. Promise. Check out the Locals link down in the description. And don't forget to take a look at the brand new website modernity.news. That's where you'll find all my content, including exclusive articles. That's modernity.news.